back with another edition of the Virtuous Woman Show with Agyekumwaa. Last week we discussed types of abuse. Today we are going to look at how abuse affects victims. As we're going about our normal duties, let's not forget to wash our hands with soap and water, use sanitizers, keep your social distance, and build your immune system as a precautionary measure against COVID-19. I'll be back with the discussion. Today we're having a look at how abuse affects victims. When people have been through traumatic experiences or abuse of any form, it has resultant factors on the person as an individual. And sometimes it needs therapy for the person to bounce back out of all the pain the person have been through. One of the resultant factors of abuse is intergenerational transmission, which is like the vicious cycle. It goes on and on and on. Let me give you a typical example. When you were in secondary school, when you go to Form 1, you were bullied or homoed, as it's called, right? Well, some of the schools did it, some schools didn't do it, so the schools that did it. When you got to Form 2 and Form 3, what did you do? You transmitted it to the next generation, because that is what you know, that is what the environment have carved for you to understand. You get it? It's the same way with abuse. Victims grow up and they transmit it to the next generation because that is their reality. The second thing I would like to talk about is revictimization. A study shows that 73% of victims become re-victimized as compared to 42% of adult victims who have not been victimized before. This comes as a result of their level of self-esteem, because anything goes. Their self-worth has been eroded, so no matter what anyone dishes to them, it is okay. They take it as it is. So they open up to be re-victimized. On the other hand, there's those who think that is the only way to resolve issues. Maybe growing up, they saw their father abuse the mother when there is an issue, or the mother insults the father when there was an issue to be settled. So that becomes their reality. They understand that this is a form of conflict resolution. So that becomes the reason why most victims get re-victimized when they grow up. Another problem that victims encounter when they grow up is physical health issues. Some people, because of the abuse they went through, grow up and have immune system issues because their immune systems are not well functioning. You know, when you have anxiety disorders, when you overthink, when you worry, when you cry, most abuse victims, this is what they do. They cry most of the time, they worry, they think no one wants them, they think they are worthless. It affects their immune system, which is not able to support them when any sickness falls into their system. So see that some people almost fall sick. That is one resultant factor of abuse. People have mental issues like post-traumatic stress disorders, anxiety, panic disorders, depression. It's all resulting from most of the abusive situations people go through, because they try to block out the pain. And these are some of the resultant factors. Some people were neglected by their parents, so they have issues with trust. When it comes to relationships, they are scared the partner will neglect them, so they tend to cling to the partner. All these are results of people going through abuse at a tender age. The suicidal behavior. There gets to a point where people lose hope, especially victims who are still being shamed. They lose hope, and those who don't have closure. Maybe the person who maltreated them as a family member, it was made a family issue, and there is no closure, there is no justice to the person, there is no justice. the abuser is walking around freely, doing everything he likes, but she is suffering. People are shaming her. She's not able to come out and be herself. Such people tend to suicide as a way of getting peace. There's eating disorders. Some people binge eat because of the problem that is eating them up. They've not opened up to anyone. Some people were molested as children. They've not been able to tell anyone about it. Some were raped. Some were physically abused or emotionally tortured. They've not been able to tell anyone. So they put everything into food. You see, some people are obese. They want to stop, but the underlying factor is not the food they are eating. The underlying factor is the pain that is within them that needs to let go before they can be okay. Other adult victims resort to alcohol and substance abuse to numb their pain, to forget all the pain, all the abuse, instead of reliving what they went through. They rather numb it with alcohol, with substances, so that they'll be free from the memory, because it's difficult facing what really happened and accepting it sometimes, because the person who abused you is someone of trust, someone you trusted so much you didn't even dream the person could break your trust. So some people rather numb it with alcohol and substance abuse. Some other people also find peace in meting out the pain through aggressive behavior and criminal behavior. So sometimes you read documentaries on people who kill, people who are armed robbers, and you realize that they come from abusive backgrounds. They were molested, they were neglected, something bad was done to them when they were kids. So the way of feeling in control, of having power, is to be violent, be criminal, be aggressive, do things that will hurt others. That's how they get their high and feel at peace with themselves. Last but not least is high-risk sexual behavior. Some become pedophiles. Some rather sleep with small boys to gain control. Some will have all sorts of fetishes when it comes to sexual behavior, do all sorts of things that are not regular with the normal person, so that they'll feel in control. And most of the time, these sexual behaviors are aggressive and abusive to the other party. These are some of the resultant factors of abuse, especially when the victim was a child and went through abuse. So if you see people around you exhibiting some of these behavior, take your time and try and be friendly. Ask more questions. You might just realize they are victims of abuse. Such people need help. They will not accept that they need help. They need someone loving to accept them before they'll be able to let go of the pain. I'll see you next week Wednesday with another educative edition.
Please don't forget to like this video, share your views in the comment section, and subscribe to this channel.